Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day you're watching this broadcast. This is Dr. Eric Tangumonkem with IEM Approach, where we inspire, equip, and motivate people to discover God's great potential in them, develop that potential, and deploy it. I'm excited that you have chosen to watch this broadcast today. If you're listening on our podcast, I want to say thank you, and I commend you sincerely for doing that. Before we dive into what we have on our agenda today, can you please do me a favor? If you are watching, I want to encourage you to share the broadcast with other people, invite other people to join us. Above all, click that like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to do so. I have that is going to be coming your way. I share practical information that has impacted my life in a positive way, and I assure you that you too are going to benefit. I promise that for the next 52 days, I am going to be talking about 52 proven strategies that will position any immigrant anywhere in the world to do well. So far, we've covered 3 of them, and we're getting into number 4 today. Before we talked about the importance, the need to be a student, I want you to remember why we are having this conversation in the first place. You moved from one country to the other, or from one geographical location to the other, because you were either looking for better economic opportunities, better educational opportunities, better health opportunities, or better life opportunities, or you were running away from one form of persecution or the other. It's important that you never, ever forget why you left in the first place and why you chose a particular country or geographical location to move there. Something that it's incumbent on you to make sure that you are factoring in everything that you do. It's a ground zero. If you left and why you chose a particular place to move to, you are not going to make it. You have to take it upon yourself to remind yourself each day why you left, why you moved to a particular place. I cannot overemphasize this because it underpins everything we are going to be talking about. There's going to be zero incentive for you to push yourself to learn every day if you lose sight of the why. Your why is going to be what is going to propel you to become unstoppable. Your why is going to be what is going to position you to overcome all obstacles, all challenges they are going to have. Because let me guarantee you, you are going to experience pushback. You are going to experience opposition. You are going to experience distractions. And some people are just going to be plain mean to you. Are you going to let all this stop you when you know why you left one particular place and why you've moved to a new location or a new country? That is a question that is only you and you alone that can answer that. Please, I don't want you to lose sight of what is driving you. And these 52 strategies I'm introducing to you, I've dealt with them in the book. However, it is left on you to get more resources in each particular area and learn as much as you can. That said, now let's talk about the need or why you have to be a student. It's going to be very crucial for your success if you stop learning. It has been said, when you stop learning, you start dying. Mahatma Gandhi says that you should learn, you should live as if you're going to die tomorrow, but learn as if you're going to live forever. What books are you reading right now? I'm challenging you that for you to make it, for you to succeed in this new country or new state or new environment that you've migrated into, you have to be a student for life. You're going to do both formal and informal education. Right now, I'm going to focus on the informal education, pushing yourself to learn on a daily basis, pushing yourself to learn the new culture, pushing yourself to learn how to drive. You may be coming from a country where people drive on the right-hand side. And right now, you are expected to drive on the left-hand side. Please, don't grumble about it. Don't complain. You are in a new environment. Get excited. Learn how to drive on the left-hand side. When you meet immigrants who are lifelong students, they are optimistic, they are positive, they are upbeat, and they are very fun to be around. They look at all the obstacles that they face as opportunities to learn and grow. And these are those immigrants that end up being very successful. But immigrants who complain, who don't want to learn, who refuse to be students, don't do very well. They easily blame other people, complain about their circumstances and the new country that they moved to. It is as if they've forgotten why they moved in the first place. If you run away from a country, if you moved away from a country because the economy was not good, and you move into another country because you thought the economy was good, then it is incumbent on you to be a student. It's incumbent for you to humble yourself and learn. Whatever attracted you in your new country did not just fall from the sky. It is the sweat and the hard work of all those that came before you. And you must push yourself to learn what made those that have come up before you successful. If you refuse to learn, which is something that we humans, we like what is comfortable, we like what is predictable, we like what we are familiar with, we like to stay in our comfort zone. Remember, what is comfortable, what is familiar, what you are used to did not deliver. That is why you moved. For you to succeed wherever you are right now, you have to amend your ways. You have to be a student. You have to learn a new way of doing things. It's really shocking that you move from country A to country B And let's say you are coming from a French-speaking country or a Spanish-speaking country or an English-speaking country, and you move into a country that speaks a different language, and you want to succeed without learning that language, without being a student of the culture, without being a student of the ways of at how people live in that country. Please don't get me wrong. If you want to maintain your culture, if you want to maintain your way of life, then why do you have to move around? If your culture, your way of life did not deliver you good education, if it did not deliver good economic opportunities to you, if it did not deliver good political outcome, a safe society, a safe environment, why do you want to cling and hold to it? It's not being smart. You moved because something propelled you to move. And now, for you to move ahead, you have to be a student. You are going to learn every day for the first couple of the first couple of years. You have to learn every day. There's just a lot to learn. And I'm bringing this up to you, especially the immigrants that have just moved, for you to know that if you don't have the mindset of a student, of being inquisitive, of learning, of asking questions, of being willing to change, it's going to be very difficult for you. You have to learn how to flush the toilet. You have to learn how to use electrical appliances. You have to learn how to fit in at work. You have to learn how to get a job. You have to learn how to take care of your yard. There's just a lot that you have to learn. You remember we talked about the grass being greener on the other side. Yeah. Do you know why the grass is greener on the other side? Because the person on the other side of the fence puts fertilizer, trims the grass, waters the grass, knows the season, and they are putting in energy and effort. Whatever attracted you to your new country, you are going to have to learn in order to make a difference, in order to be successful. Well, you can say, it doesn't really matter. I don't need to learn anything because I like where I'm coming from. I'm just here to take out as much as I can take. And I'm not expected to make any input. Can you imagine if every other immigrant, those that came before you and those that are here now were thinking like that? If everybody was only thinking about what they can take out, we will not have any country. There will not be anything here to attract you in the first place. And so if you want to do well, you have to learn the language. You have to learn the culture. You have to learn the history. We are going to develop all these different topics and explain why it is important for you to learn these things so that you can fit in. I did not say your culture is inferior. I did not say your way of life is primitive. I didn't say any of that. What I'm saying is this, on a very pragmatic level, wherever you left, if everything you hold and believe delivered for you, you wouldn't have left in the first place. If you packed and moved and now you're in a new environment and you want to succeed, you want to make a difference, you must become a student. You have to let go of certain way of doing things. It's very important for you. If not, if you are just here to take, if you are here to occupy, you're going to face opposition because nobody's going to hand it to you on a gold platter. Can it be some of the pushback you're experiencing? Can it be some of the difficulties you are facing is because you've decided not to be a student? You've decided not to humble yourself and learn how to do things in a new way? I will let you ponder upon that. You are going to be a student if you want to do well in your new environment. I remember when I just arrived in the US, I was living on campus. And one day I decided to go get some groceries. I wasn't having a car at that time. And I had to walk on food. I crossed a few streets And when I arrived the major street to cross and go on the other side and buy whatever I needed, it occurred to me that there was nobody on the street and nobody was crossing the road. The country I come from, we have a few traffic lights here and there. Some work, some don't work, and it's a little chaotic the way the traffic moves. And I wasn't used to traffic lights and how to operate them and go to the traffic stop and press the button, wait for my turn to cross the road and things like that. I was clueless. I stood by the road. I looked up, I looked down, I saw nobody crossing the road. And it occurred to me that maybe in this country, people don't cross the road because I saw nobody cross the road. You know what I did? I turned back and went to the university without crossing the road to go buy what I needed. You may laugh at me. You may say, I was not smart. Yeah, you bet. Do you know how many mistakes I made that I've made because I didn't know what I know now? I already told you how for 10 years, I didn't save a dime. I had no life insurance. If you don't learn, if you're not a student, if you don't ask questions, you are not going to do well. I cannot stress this enough. It is on you. You have to keep learning. You have to read books. You have to attend seminars. You have to listen to people. I'm glad you are listening to me today. It's a wake-up call. There's a lot for you to learn. You are in a new system. You are in a new environment. There is a lot to learn. You have to learn daily. If you give up on learning, you are going to stop growing. As I speak to you right now, I've lived in the US for what? Almost 20 years. And some of the projects I have ahead of me right now is require me to keep learning, keep asking questions, keep reading books, keep pushing myself. You've already moved. There's a desire for you to do well in you already. You have the drive. I just want to encourage you. Don't stop. Keep learning, and you will get to the top. This is a result that we are going to be using for these 52 days. And I will encourage you to grab a copy. There are lots of quotes in there, lots of examples that will motivate you, that will inspire you to succeed. Remember, you did not come this to succeed. And I'm just coming alongside you to encourage you to do just that. Make copies. There is room for deep discounts. I encourage you, you grab a copy and stay tuned. Let's have this conversation together. If you have any questions, call the number on the screen. You can also email as well. The number is 214-908-3963, 214-908-3963. And the email is eternalkingdom101@gmail.com, eternalkingdom101@gmail.com. I want to thank you so much for listening today. Remember, when you stop learning, you start dying. If you keep learning, you are going to succeed. Thank you for watching. You've been listening to Dr. Eric Tangu Monken with IEM Approach, where we inspire, equip, and motivate people to discover God's great potential in them, develop that potential, and deploy it. Until next time, God bless you.